We are live. 6:15, not too bad. Not too bad. It should have been at 6. And then Tony called, and then Nikki called, and became a whole hodgepodge. But we're here, so we're golden. Hello, hello, hello. Bop, bop. All right, we were talking about what we did last week, so we're just going to cover it really quick. I asked everybody to leave me some, what ifs or what situation worries you or stuff like that, and got a couple of them, so we're going to go over them. One of them is a real tough one, so it's going to be good. It might take a bunch of time because it's real dangerous. Well, we'll go into it right now then, and then we'll go back to this. The question was, what do you do? Somebody puts a gun to your head and you have a baby in your hand. That was one. Another one was, you're laying down, you wake up to a guy standing over you holding a knife. Now we got to figure out who's calling me and harassing me when everybody knows that I'm teaching. Hello? No, I just came here because he says I have plenty of gas because that's a hybrid. I should be able to get home and back. So I was like, all right, whatever, bro. I'm just so irritated right now. I don't even want to think or talk to anybody about it because I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to class, so I'm teaching now. So I'll figure this out when I get home because, it's just insanity. Why would you let your car get that low? It makes no sense. But anyway, it is what it is. Everybody wants to do what they want to do, so I'm cool. No, you don't need to buy a gas. Don't worry about it, bro. Do your thing. Don't worry about it. They want to make decisions. That's cool. Let them walk. Let them bike it. Whatever, man. It is what it is. You want to wait till your car gets to a 16th of a tank? I don't get it because it's not even good for your gas. But let me get back to the class, bro. I'll call you when I'm done. Thanks, bro. I love you more. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not worried about it. He thinks he's got enough gas. He's got enough gas. He's the man. He knows, right? He's 27. So here's first instance. Let's stand over here. Just so everyone knows, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, right? Somebody's standing over you with a knife. I would think most of the time that situation is probably a man standing over a woman. And the question was from a woman, so I'm sure that was their mindset. Now, are they standing over you when they're holding a knife like this? Is the knife close to you? What part of your body is it at? Is it against your throat? Right? So there's so many variables that you can't cover. So that's why camps are so nice, because we get all these specific questions. So you get out here. This is not a cheap plug. Get out here and do the camp. I know the stuff. The people I really love know the stuff. I'd like everybody that I know to know the stuff, but you got to put in the time. That's why I'm so glad he's in, he's signed up, paid up, the whole nine. He's going to be here 15 hours rocking and rolling. And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm so jealous. Nothing to be jealous about. There's airplanes, there's trains, I started advertising this 2 months ago. You were taking a boat here from Idaho, and they're a landlocked damn state. You could take a boat here in this amount of time. Is Idaho a landlocked state? Oh, good. I didn't want to seem like an idiot. I don't know. I know people who take marine biology. They're in Idaho. I'm from Idaho. My grandfather's from Idaho. My great-grandfather, and I don't ever plan on leaving. So why in the hell are you taking marine biology? Where are you going with this? You're just hoping and praying that they might open up a SeaWorld? Because they use marine biologists at SeaWorld. I don't know why they need somebody of such high caliber, but SeaWorld has the marine biologist on retainer. I don't know what the cat does, but I'm sure it's a pretty sweet gig. I'm sure he can go to work in whatever he wants because he ain't getting dirty. So, depending on how the knife is, if the knife is next to your throat, if the knife is at your gut, if the knife is between your legs, believe me, I've seen and heard of almost any situation. Don't look at me, turn around, get on your stomach. There's so many things. Here's the most important thing. You've got to engage them in conversation so you can kind of tell. Number one, when you're dealing with a gun and you have a baby, number one, because you have a baby, anybody even yelling at you is scaring you because you have this child in your hand, right? Now you're dealing with a gun. With or without a child in your hand, it's scary, right? So now you have a kid and there's a gun to your head. If you've done this 50, 60 times, give them what they want. Because the chances that you're going to pull it off are nil. People just keep bullshitting people in these courses that you're going to learn how to do this stuff overnight. Now, I'll show you what to do, and I'll preface it with, you better practice the shit out of it because it's going to take forever, right? So I want you to lay on the ground right there, and I want to see if I can see you on camera, and then I'm going to go grab a knife, and all right, back up a little bit. There you go, and then I'm going to drop this. If you guys want to do me a favor, remind me to raise this because when we stand up, you know what? I'm going to leave it up because I'm going to forget anyway, and we'll just make sure we work within those parameters. Don't let me get too much closer than that. So here's the situation. All right. the length of the knife also matters. Very important. And again, thank you for that question. Okay? So, spin around a little bit. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get it right. There you go. Nice. Okay? So, I'm going to get on my, if I'm standing up, you're probably here on the bed, right? I mean, most beds aren't this low. So, let's say the bed is this high, you'd probably be about here, right? So, I would be that far away from you, correct? So, I'd be pretty, so if I'm, this is pretty much, if you were on a regular bed, if you were here on the bed, I could reach you here. So this would be the equivalent. You being on the floor would be the equivalent if you were on a bed and I was standing upright. So I could be, I'm going to have some kind of bending to be able to touch you, unless I was 5'2" and attacking you, right? So I'm standing over you, depending on where the knife is, right? So first thing you want to know is what direction is the knife going to go and what direction am I going to go? So what direction do you want the knife to go in?
Me.
You want the knife to go in what direction? Away from you. Doesn't matter what. This way is away from you. That way is away from you. This way is away from you. Okay? Would you want it to be in front? My hands. So this, let's say he grabbed my hand. He can pull me this way. The knife is still away from him. Would that be better? No, because I'm probably going to land on top of him, right? And then I have my hand. I can still brace. So what you want to do, the first thing is, now you're understanding where we're going with this, right? So you're going to be the bad guy. You're going to be this guy. Come here. You're going to hold the knife. Get back on that side so they can see. Right? So now you're laying. Get on your knees. Right? That's where you're at. Oh, my. Oh, remember what we talked about? Feigning compliance, looking scared as hell. Right? You know that you want that knife to go away from your body, and you're going to move your body. Anybody who does jiu-jitsu understands shrimping. Give me a good base here. Okay? This is, there you go. This is shrimping when you go like this. That is shrimping. Again, this is shrimping. Look at the way my body goes. That's what it's called in BJJ. Okay? So that's what you want to do. So you're going to feign compliance. You want to shrimp as you're taking this knife. Oh my God. Right? So you do this one time. So you say, oh my, that seems normal in you to go like this. Right? So you're going to go boom. The second you go back like this, oh my God, please. You want to shrimp. So your body goes away and I'm going to go this way. But you see how I am? If you're going to land on top of me, I'm not going to get flattened out. Okay? You see this here? You keep a baseball grip on this and quickly, right? You get it so you have this grip. You see how this is like a baseball grip? You have the baseball grip here. You're going to keep your legs, see, tight. You're staying on the bed and you're going to get yourself up and then baseball grip it this way. Now you have control of that knife, which is the most important part. Okay? And that's why you practice it. Isolating, like we're always talking, the knife is here. You're going to shrimp. So you're going to fold this, leave it right there. You're going to practice doing this. You're going to practice doing this. All the good stuff is way out here now. So you isolate the hell out of this. And the way you're doing this is you're pushing with your feet. You're turning here, but your feet are pushing you. You're not sliding your butt back. Your feet are, propelling you this way. Okay? So you're going to take, oh my God, please, oh shit. Right? So you got this, they're already used to this, and it's going to be boom. Okay? This has to be across his shin, and you come around this way. Okay? And you see how tight? Get that knife back. You're not getting that knife back. Okay? And then you start, boom, slamming headbutts. If you can't get the headbutt in right, you want to stay here, regardless if he's standing up. Let's say you stand up, and I was way up here. This is where my leg would be. Here, it's going to be down here, but it's going to be at his knee, because on a regular bed, that's probably where you're going to be at, right? So, he's going to take, because I'd be up, it'd be nice to have a bed, but I don't. So, I shrimp out, I come around. See how tight I am? And whichever leg is closer, I'm going to take that leg out. Now he's off balance, he's going to end up falling on his booty. And then get low enough to go boom. If not, you start working again. Boom. Now you're on the bed. Boom. Boom. Okay? Keep control with this one. This is not, slide that out. That's going to be too easy. Come back. You keep this one. Slide this out. You keep that one there, the back one, so that it's hand, leg, your arm. You do this, pull that leg back. He's free. Come here. Pull this away. Very easy, right? Put it back where it was. You're going to remove this one. Pull it away. Right? Boom, 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 boom. He's got to take that hand to try to do something. If you can reach with this hand, boom, I'm reaching in here, and I'm thumbing eyes. Everything we just went over, you will drill and isolate. Drill will isolate the drill. Well, what drill? You saw the entire technique? Pick any piece of it and drill it. Everybody knows what a drill is. Whether you do basketball, football, wrestling, there's drills. You know what a drill is, right? You know what a drill is, right? They have them in school. Fire drills. If you do not know what the meaning of a drill or to drill or how to drill, you've probably had someone drill this way into you or this way, and you have some frontal lobe issues, okay? Drill each piece of what I showed you. These things stay on here forever, or for as long as Facebook is in business, and you go back, jot down. Joe does it every week. Mr. Lonigan, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. He's going through, he sees something, he just notices. He might be off by 5 or 10 seconds by the time he looks on the timer, and he'll write a minute 40. It may be at a minute 30, minute 47. He gets about the time. Well, he's probably past it. He'll look 1:47, it happened 5 seconds ago. So he looks and he jots down the time. It's on there. It tells you how long the class is, an hour and 7, an hour and 8. Now, it gets to 32 minutes. He jots down 32 minutes and writes himself a little note. Go back and check footwork. Go back and check something. So you go back to this, find out the time on the timestamp, and go back. And then drill the shrimping, drill the baseball bat grip, drill keeping this hand so this one's free. If you take this one, you're screwed. It makes a difference which hand you use.
So you grab the hand behind the leg.
You'll feel, I'm going to have you guys drill it. You're going to feel, come right here, right? You're going to feel the difference if I grab, all right, sit up. You're going to feel the difference. Bend this, all right? Sit up. That's all right. Now bring this up. I'm going to hold you up. Bring this leg up. Bring it up, 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 up. There you go. And now you're going to feel the difference if I hold you, relax. Okay. If I hold you this way, right, how you can or can't move, or if I hold you this way, how you can't or can't move, okay? So go back up. You're going to go here, come back here. So he's got the knife, okay? This is the leg that I want to use, right? If he's standing up, right, make believe I'm higher. So stand up straight so they can see, right? If I'm standing up, bring the knife down. Obviously, you wouldn't be bent down that far. But let's say this would be the equivalent of him being like 6'8", 6'9". This is how far down he'd have to bend, okay? Obviously, I'd be somewhere around here, right? Because the bed would be a little higher. So all I'm doing is, please don't hurt me. Oh my God, oh, boom, okay? You got it? So I go and I do the baseball grip, boom, and I swing the hand all the way. Once I get to here, boom, okay? So get back down on your knees so you can see it, right? So I go, oh, please, please, blah, blah, blah. If I could do it with one hand, I shrimp my body out of the way. I only need this hand, boom, okay? I use the baseball grip, right? Once I have the baseball grip, for him to get his hand out of there, right, and I'm here, I brought myself up to my knees. Pull. You can't pull, right? And this hand is free, right? I can't step on his foot because in reality, the foot's not here. This is the bed. His foot is down there somewhere, right? But I straighten myself up and I have this. Boom, 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 boom. Headbutts, boom, boom. And I mean, you're trying to take out the eyes. That hand comes across, same thing. And you just keep going, boom. You're smashing headbutts. He's going to want to cover his face. He doesn't want this. Turn your face, okay? He turns his face around. The same thing. All I got to do is bring this hand down, okay, and do this. Try to cut him or disarm him with the same hand. Just boom. Sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
Right? So we dance. You guys getting it?
Yeah.
You understand how easy it is?
Yeah.
Watch. Watch it on him so you can get to see it. You stand over here. You're going to be the bad guy. Now get on your knees. Stay totally relaxed, bro. I'm not a bully. I don't hurt people. And I understand people get intimidated. I'm not going to hurt you, bro. I don't ever try to make a point. There you go. Now, let's say you were holding it with the other hand, right? Come over here. Yeah, most people are righty. 7, they say 7. Probably 8 out of 10, they're going to be on that hand, right? But even here, it wouldn't feel comfortable. Because most people, I don't know about you, I've never put a bed in the middle of a room. So if I'm laying like this, there's probably a wall right here. Probably 98.5% of the time. You'd have to be a very weird person to have your bed in the middle of the damn room. It's usually against the wall, right? So let's say you put it in that hand. So now I'm in even better shape. The wall, sorry, bro. Relax, I told you I'm not going to hurt you, bro. You're right here. Get on your knees. Remember, this is about as high as it would be. right? So this is about as tall as you would be. Put that knee down, up, whichever way you want. Good, beautiful. You put it closer to my throat, right? It's the same thing. Oh, Jesus, right? All I got to do is, I'm going to shrimp anyway. I'm going to have this one here. Oh, Jesus. I'm shrimping away, right? I still have both hands here. Relax, right? I have both hands there. Now, that leg is over there. I have both hands occupied. He can go to start punching me in the face, right? But I shrimped, and I'm going to get up onto the bed and then drive the headbutts in, right? So the important thing is to, from this position, I'm on the bed, right? I'm going to shrimp, right? And then I just swing my legs behind me. So I put them this way, right? I swing them behind me, get up, right? Now I'm here, and then stay right there. Yep. Boom, but I'm going from here, stay right here. Bang! That's how fast I'm standing up. Boom. Once his neck is exposed, the hand that's closest to him, I'd stay right here. Right? Now make believe I just headbutt you in the face. Boom, and your head goes back. Wham! That's just going to have him go boom. Once I go here, then the same thing. Thumbing the eyes, headbutting, and I want to get control of this damn thing. Okay? Very important. How to get this thing out? 9 out of 10, if you go like this, that thing will come out. You just got to remember, when there's a blade, you're going to feel the blade. Right? All right, turn the blade flat and then back to the, right? Blade, flat, blade. But I can tell where the flat is, right? I can tell, ooh, that's not the flat. You may even get cut. Get cut till you find the flat, get the flat of the blade, boom, out it comes.
Oh, it spins just
yeah,
like that.
Right? Go ahead and practice that. Let me make sure we got the camera on you guys good. I hope everybody's getting that. You are very welcome, Sherry. Thank you for the question. Robert, ¿qué pasó, papi? Nikki. Hope you're not too tired, baby girl. Pay attention to this stuff. This is the kind of stuff that could happen. Somebody breaks into your home. All right, hold on. Let me see. Make sure they can see you. All right, turn a little bit this way. Other way, other way. There you go, just like that. There you go. Beautiful. I want to make sure. I'm going to drop this down just a hair so everybody can see it. Very important drill. Watch, watch, watch. See what you're doing? Here's where people mess up. If you practice driving and you practice taking off just from second gear, and you're going to notice it's doing this, and you're always going, it's a stick shift car, second, third, fourth, fifth, second, third, fourth, fifth, and you do that for a year, do you think a year and a half, 2 years down the road, you will start out of the blue going first, second, third, fourth, fifth? First? No, you're going to go second, third, fourth, fifth, because you did what? You skipped the first step. If you skip the first step of the this and that, and that's where people do it because they feel like, I don't want to do that, it seems. And they go right for the technique, right? That's what you're going to get used to doing. That's what that guy's used to seeing. The second you feign compliance, if you forget that step, even if the technique works, you're making it harder for yourself because that guy now is still on alert. When you do this, the guy already feels like, I got this, right? So you always want to put, and literally like you're shitting your pants, bro. And I want you to practice that way because that's what's going to come out. I want an Academy Award. I want a Grammy, but just make sure you're not Chris Rock, right? Because Chris Rock at the Grammys, not a good thing. Like,
just knock this shit out.
Whack, right? So you want to have a Grammy-winning performance, right? And you're doing this. Shut up. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Done. It's that short, sweet, and simple. All right. Make sure you practice the feigning compliance, the acting like you're scared as hell. Very important part. You guys at home, the same thing. There you go, perfect. Now, you see how far you went? There's such a thing as taking yourself out of the game. You shrimped out like you're like a jumbo shrimp. You want to be a little less shrimpy. Go ahead. Remember, you're on the bed. We haven't gotten to the next step because there is no standing up. You're going to have to spin your legs out off that bed. So that's where another thing that people don't explain, they don't get to that point. We'll get to that point later because remember, you're on a bed. So once you got up on your knees, boom, 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 boom. Now you got to remember, you're on your knees on a bed. You're coming off that bed. Okay? And that all depends on where he is, the bad guy. Good.
And then some heads and stuff like that. Can we try the other way?
As a righty. Yeah, put it as a righty. We'll work on the left one before. The righty one is the easier one. And 7 out of 10 are going to be righty anyway.
Is it still this side of the body, this knees down, so it's like because the person is like standing over a bed.
If you're standing over them, remember, they're going to be like, you give me big, get up, get out of it. But they're not going to be that low because you're going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So they're going to be here. So this being on which knee is irrelevant.
Okay.
So right, because there's going to be 2 legs to pick from. People don't do this.
Okay.
You know, they'll be up, both legs, lay this way.
That makes sense.
Slide over that way. So you're even with me. Like that? There you go, right? This is how it's going to happen. This is where they're going to be. They may have maybe a foot, but they're not going to be in a stance. So you'll have, hold that for me, buddy. Right? When I'm like this, but I won't be that far bent. As soon as he decides to grab this hand, shrimp away, and push, there you go, right? So now you got it against me, right? Hold it strong there. Hold it strong. Push towards me, right? Because you want it away from me. It's very hard. There's a bed here, right? So I can't really, and he's got both hands on this. Then as he pushes this and comes around behind me, pull, there you go. Now grab it, the whole thing. Thumb, use the thumb. There you go. Now, same thing. I'm going to try to pull back now. Push it in towards me, right? Let go of that hand. Pull back. Pull back. I'm going to be hard pressed to get that out of there. And I'm considerably, I'm not saying a lot, but definitely stronger than you are, right? Yeah. Would you say, right? And you feel the control there. Now, start lifting yourself up. And go for a head, but gently. Boom, yeah, he's got me, right? I can't, so bring yourself all the way up. Boom, right? And then now take the other hand, get yourself in a good position. Look how far beyond me, and just finger solid to the face, right? And it doesn't matter, I let go now. I got to get this hand free. From this position, if he's pulling me, there you go. Now pull me and tighten this whole thing up. Like if you're doing a hedge clipper, bring your elbow this way.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean.
Pull this in and your elbow towards you. Oh, that's way worse. Way worse. See what I mean? And then bring your shoulder in towards me. Bro, I can't move this damn thing. And you're free. Take this hand. How far over my head? Look, I could be, put your hand straight up. I could be 7'2", and he'd still be able to grab my eyes. See what I mean? So the trick is this. Once you get the hand behind him, you're going to pull, right, and bring your elbow this way, and your shoulder in. So do it again. Oh, I get the knife. I attack a guy in the bed, he's got the knife. So I go here, he shrimps out, does his thing. Boom, there you go. Boom. But as you're shrimping out, slam this into my shin, right? There you go. Now, give yourself the room so you can come around and grab right here again. Come around. Watch. Now, he's going to do what I just said. He's going to just bring this thing and tighten it up. In and around. Go ahead. Pull this in and then elbow towards you. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting out of there. You know what I mean? I'll do it to you so you can feel it. Grab the knife. No, him, so he can feel it. Easy, the best way to do this is you feel it. No, come here. So I'm just going to show you. So you're up there. Boom. I go to here, right? See how I go to here? Put it behind right away. Reach, okay? Now, once I'm here, if I go like this, and I have this back here, okay? Once I get this here, it's the same thing. I'd have to go like this, and you can't move. But the easiest way to do it is to take this, bring it here, okay? And then this one comes around. You see, feel how tight that is already?
Yeah.
Right? So I go this way, slam it into here, and see in the whole process what I'm doing here, I'm using my entire body. So go ahead and move that from there. Very hard, right? Then as I scoop myself up, and I go this way, you feel that?
Yeah.
That's what you want to feel. Yeah. And then I'm here, bang, 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 boom, 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 choo, choo, choo. Feel it? Once you feel it, you know how to do it. Yeah. He'll let me get some more water. Turn so they can see you in the camera, fellas. Appreciate you. Put his arm against his shin. No, go in front. I was explaining, no, in front. There you go. I was explaining it the other way and then the right way. That's the right way. like this. Look, if you grab it like this is how you want to position your hand. Position your hand like this. Don't have it like this so that you can do this. This is how you position your hand.
Yeah.
Grab it here so you can do this.
Okay, so it's a circular twist.
And then bring this towards you here. You feel it? Just make sure you're trying to vice. It's like hedge clippers. Okay? This is what you're trying to do. This is the motion. You feeling it? He's got it? You guys got to remember, I will do it to each of you so you feel what it should feel like. Not to be an a-hole, not to be mean. That's why whenever you're the instructor's assistant, you will get better by leaps and bounds in training with anybody else. It's just a fact. Paul Vunak kicked my ass. Tony Ramey kicked my ass. Bram Frank kicked my ass. All my instructors kicked my ass. Bruce Corrigan, Kenny Rhodes, Steve Bain, any instructor I've had. Phil Alsobrook, my first. That cat, top of the line. Phil Alsobrook, I mean, he's the one that got me started in this when I was in my teens. Right? So, digressing. You will feel it. And then you got to tell your partner, not feeling it. Like he did the other day. He was like, I don't feel that. You were here, right, the other night? He from this one here, he doesn't feel it. He's just like, I kind of feel it over here. And I'm like, it's like I smack him. He's like, oh, God, that hurt my knee. I'm like, so, but he's an alien. He didn't tell you guys. He goes home and like the whole skin comes off. What are those things called? From like Babylonia. I'm not into any of that. My instructor is. They just, and something where they call it a skin job. Something like that, but Grandmaster Bram Frank's into that. I'm just not into that stuff because I'm not smart enough. Too many names, too much stuff. But yeah, but Bram Frank, these guys are the same way. They'll drill things into you, and you got to feel it. You know, when you get called up, it's not like be scared. It's like I'm out there, I'm ready. Just twist me up because when you feel exactly where it is, and you get that torque, and you'll notice once they're tight. And remember, digressing, the verbiage is important. Do not say stop because they're not gonna, right? What you have to say is, I'll give you what you want. Don't say, don't hurt me, because hurt is not the word you want in his head. You don't want to trigger anything that's negative. You want to trigger either positive or neutral, okay? Do not say, don't hurt me. Do not say, stop. Offer him something. In other words, I'll give you what you want. That's offering everything. That's giving him the kitchen sink and everything. So it's always, I'll do anything you want. I'll give you please, whatever you want. Not please stop, not please don't hurt me, not please go away. No, none of that bullshit. Because if he was a nice guy, he wouldn't be in your house at this time. It's not like, oh, please don't hurt me. Ah, shit, she said please. Man, I'm so sorry, man. You're sorry if here's some Valium because you're going to calm down. I brought you a nice cold bottle of water. If you wouldn't have said please, it was going to, you know what I'm trying to say? Not to be, but they're not nice people. So saying no doesn't do shit. Saying stop doesn't do anything. Don't hurt me. You're already hurting me. You're in my house. You know that when someone breaks into your house, that violation of privacy, that stays with you, man. I don't know for how long, but it stays with you. So what you want to say is, what do you want? Make him think. Make him tell you. It doesn't matter if he says, shut the hell up. You engage him in conversation because you always want to go into action when he's engaging in conversation or thought. People would always say, oh, when he engages in conversation, sometimes they won't say anything. But remember, anything I do to you, boom, your brain processes. Ow, that hurt. Am I going to run? Am I going to freeze? Am I going to fight back? Am I going to curse at him, right? There's assessing going on. When I verbalize, whether he says or does something, there's still an assessing going on. So it doesn't matter that you don't see him react or you don't hear him react, okay? Which is 99% of people are like, engage them in conversation. Well, it might not be a conversation because if I'm talking and you're not, that's not a conversation. That's like parents. With parents, you don't have a conversation. They talk at you, right? Not even to you. They talk at you. And if you say something, they smack you, right? That's not a conversation. So it's not necessarily, stand over here so it doesn't seem like I'm talking.
What do you want?
What do you want? In their head, whether they tell you what they want or not, there's something going on in their head. Let's say this guy's just a shy psychopath. He may not verbalize, but his brain is not 100% going to be in defending that because he's engaged in thought. So again, for many years, and he was even taught to me by some great instructors, engage them in conversation. And then when they start to talk, no, you say something, split second, go into action. Split second, a second. Oh, listen, what is it that you want? Boom, you go. Because they're going to assess. Even if it's in their head, oh man, I didn't understand what he says. Or even if they go, what did you say? Or it doesn't matter. They have to assess. The brain is going to go into action. And then you're going to go into action. Whether they speak, whether they say, whether they do, doesn't matter. You just want to engage them. Once their brain is engaged, whether it's verbalized or actualized, right? Actualized? Yeah, that's a word, maybe, right? So always say something, but what you say is very important. Stop. Doesn't do. Write this down. Don't say it. Doesn't matter. Right? Please don't hurt me. Please. None of that shit works.
What do you want?
There you go. Either what do you want, or I'll do whatever you want. I'll give you whatever you want. I have money. There's money. Never say, but please don't hurt me. I have kids. I have a family. Nobody gives a shit. You think he came up to your door and he saw the van in the yard and didn't see your 4 kids? You know how everybody has that, the little kid, or sometimes even a cat, a dog, a boy, a girl, mommy and daddy. You think he didn't see that? Like everybody else who's ever driven behind you and said, there's an asshole. Right? Who does that? You're letting people know that there's children in your home. That's who I'm following home, because they're more apt to do what I ask them, because they don't want me to go upstairs and take or hurt their kid. So that's just some dumb shit. And then, to boot, sometimes they'll even put the kid's name. Sal, Tim, Mary. See how I'm saying? And again, you can't really say they're dumb, but they're ignorant, man. That's very ignorant. Don't let people know. You know, well, they must know if I have a van. Well, what if I bought a van to make you think I have a family? Like me, I would buy a van. I would put all that stuff on there, and I would put the times of day that's the best time to come through. But that's because I like people coming into my house unannounced, because I get my rocks off. 90% of people aren't in the position I'm in to have strangers roaming through their house. Because before they leave, they don't leave the way they came in. They don't leave the way they came in, you know what I'm saying? But those are things that people don't think about. You know, and like I said, he saw that van sitting in your driveway with the little, like I said, the little caricatures. He doesn't give a shit that you have kids or pets. He'll kill you goldfish, right? So why waste your energy, right? Get to the meat and potatoes. What do you want? I have money. The money's in the safe. Anything. Offer him something. Please, is that offering him something? No. Don't hurt me. Is that offering something? No. He broke in your house for what? To get something. Not to listen to prayers, orations, hopes, dreams, aspirations of not being raped or violated. He didn't come into your house for that. He came into your house for something. Whether it's you, your body, your money, your, stainless, what is it, sterling silver, right? Offer him something. Shut your damn mouth, boom. The second he starts talking, you're in action, then the headbutts, right? But if you don't put that thing in the right mindset, it's just a tug of war. It's just a damn tug of war, man. And that's not what you want to get into, man. Not when there's a knife involved. Give it a little more. You guys straight? You need any help with it? I'm here. Just, drill it. Remember, once you have this stuff, you can drill a lot of this by yourselves. What did I just tell you not to say? Please don't hurt me. You said 2 things you shouldn't. Please and hurt me. But here's, that's what I'm saying. The psyche is because it hasn't been trained. Because you've trained before, right? They just teach the wrong stuff, bro. It's honest to God. They put you in the wrong mindset. It's never please. You're not pleading with this person. You're not begging for this person. Hey, listen, I'll give you whatever you want. You're acting like you're scared shitless. That drops their guard. You're acting like you're going to give them what you want. And then you are offering things.
Say, what do you want? Okay.
Not, yeah, but you don't say like that. Like, what do you want, bitch? I'm saying, no, that's not what I'm saying either. I have money. I can go to the safe. I'll get you whatever you want.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. Give me what you want. Give me what you want.
Yeah, and then swing your legs back. Yeah. I mean, this
This is not tight enough.
tweak it
So it's
more.
circular.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Here, this is what you want to do. Listen, I'm noticing you're doing this. You want to do this.
Okay.
You're bringing your elbow almost to a straightened out point. You're trying to go like this, which is using this muscle. You want to use, like you're turning off a valve.
Okay.
Right? So you're going like this. See what you're doing? You're not going like this. So watch. I have his hand. I'm going to kneel too, so it makes it easier. You're here, right? Just remember, my body would have been this way. So I grabbed, I brought it across and feed. I bring it across, okay? Don't bring it here because then you have no room. Boom. And then right there is where this hand's going to go. But you saw how I do it? You go from here, nice and tight. You're already in, see how you're tapping, rolling. Boom. Rolled right underneath. And then see what I'm doing? Get out of there. It's very hard. Bang! And it doesn't take a lot of work, right? It doesn't take it. And then this starts going on, right? And then this. See what I'm saying? But that's the important part of getting back up to here. So you just do this. This is what you drill. Boom. 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 Right? You don't want to go. That's weight. You're here, right? Let me get this out of the way. Stay right here. This is what I'm doing. That's where all this Wing Chun stuff that we do. So you hear, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, boom. You okay?
Yep.
Strong like a Russian bull. You've got great oomph. And then just drive up slowly. Now you want to give yourself, remember, you want to give yourself enough room so you can headbutt. You don't want to be, so bring yourself, there you go, now headbutt. Boom, see what I mean? And that's how, give me a second, that's how you start drilling it. That's how he helped you, like as the three we helped you. Now he knows it, you know it because you heard me say it, and you're going to say the same thing. When the guy's here and you're here, you're going to tell the guy, hey, circle around, scoot around. How? Well, if you don't know, you know what I mean? You're on your knees, you bounce around, you do it like this. I mean, I don't care how you do it, just get yourself from here to there on the bed on your knees. You practice on your bed. You practice on your knees, right? Not much to it but to do it. That's why when we do the environmental stand pants trainings and you do it in a house, there was this one guy that was called Model Muggings back in the 70s. This guy dumped a ton of money. I don't know where he got these things, but he had an elevator in his school. He had a section of a train in his school. He had a section, not of the plane, but the seating, but exactly. So it was like row, 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 row. And he laid it out this far apart. So it was airplane seat, airplane seat, airplane seat, airplane seat, and just in a box. You know, he didn't chop a piece of a plane off, and he had a stairwell. And he had a side with, what is that called? Not masonry, stucco, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, you're talking about hard surfaces. You're going to get the real feel of if you're outside going up a set of stairs and you got wrought iron for a handrail and cement. I mean, the guys, and it was called Model Muggings. And it was a very much what they call environmental training. He had a setup to where if you just close your eyes and they drop you and you open them, you'd be like, wow, I'm in an alley. Then obviously you'd look up and you'd be like, well, I'm not in an alley, I'm inside and you can see this. But it was like if you did, they didn't have them back then obviously. If you took a drone, it would look like just like a maze. And each thing was like its own room. You ever been to IKEA? I love that place. That's what it looks like. Just think of an IKEA. Think of an IKEA and each one of those little 10 by 10s. They figure out how to put stuff. And this guy had that IKEA mindset, 40 years before IKEA was a thing. And it was, an enclosed space, a bathroom. You guys got to check out my video, Confined Spaces. I do some stuff in a kitchen. I do some stuff in a shower. I do some stuff on it's almost like a gym shower. There's a bench you sit at, you take your stuff off, and then you're in the shower. But I use that part, so any seated technique. So I'm sitting, and there's the wall there. So boom, you hear the guy's head actually hit the wall a couple times. It's kind of sad. And then I took the shower thing and wrapped it on his neck and choked him with that. Bounced him off the wall, choked him out, pushed one guy into the next.
You're reminding me of like John Wick.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Keanu,
Yeah. Keanu's a good guy. One day he'll train with me and he'll get some good scenes in those movies. But anyway, digressing. Go ahead. Drill it, guys. Drill it. You're doing good. I want to get to the next one.
No
I hope you guys can see. Yeah, you guys should be good right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
You know what you want, man.
Okay. Come on. Put up. Baseball grip? Yeah.
Yeah, bring it. There you go.
Would I be going from
He'd be closer. Remember, he'd be closer. Slide over here. Yeah, watch. This is what's going to happen. So you position yourself because he may not do it, so don't go. Stand over there for 2 seconds. Let's say I'm here, right? Then put yourself where you would be. There you go, because you're the one who needs to practice the technique. This is more realistic, probably even more so. Get a hair closer. Probably like that, because if you're like in the middle of the bed, he'd lean over or whatever. Or he'd be, you know what I'm saying? So slide. Oh, let's turn back this way. So yeah, so that they can see too. So if I'm here, that's why I'm telling you to be on your knees, because this is what it would be like if he was on a bed this high. So you got to be here. So from there, you're gonna push. There you go. Shrimp out and push towards me. Boom. So let me give you this, because this you need to have a piece of leg, right? Boom. There you go. Now start. Walk your way around this way. There you go. Now take this elbow towards your chin. More. Oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
and then
Yeah, then you headbutt. That's why it's so important to walk yourself around to here. Don't stay over here. Walk yourself around to here. Because once you get up, remember, this is the bed. Where do we have a line? Well, we have a line right here, but I hope they can see. But anyway, all right, we'll do this. Lay this way. So you're going to lay right here. This is the edge of the bed, right? So I'm going to be like this. This is my leg that would be there for you. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Oh, Jesus. Hold on, bro.
sorry.
You're not going to be able to knock me. No, get back over there. Listen, look at these skinny legs, man. I don't have very strong legs. Slide over here. Yeah, it happens, bro. So there's the edge of the bed. I'm standing here. That's about right. A little bit off the thing. What do you... Boom. There you go. Push it. Boom. Take the other one around. As you're getting up, perfect. As you're getting up, walk your way over to there. As you're walking your way, tighten this thing up like you're trying to put me in a vice. No, but grab tight so you can get... There you go. Now tighten it up and put your shoulder into me. There you go. See? I'm pinned here. I'm pinned everywhere. Bring your shoulder even a little closer, like you're shrugging it into me. There you go. I'm ass jacked. Now, if you wanted to, even on his shoulder, get up above my elbow and push your shoulder towards me hard. No, harder. Turn into me so that you're trying to arm bar me. I'm almost arm barred right there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm almost arm barred. See what I mean? I'm not going anywhere. Drill it. You got it. And then little by little, you start working. I'm telling you, I'm not too proud. Slide back a little bit. I'd go home and be practicing this at home. There you go. You know what I mean? I'd be shrimping, getting up onto my knees. Shrimping, getting up onto my knees. So you feel it.
Yeah, like this. Give me what you want, man.
There we go. Good job.
Walk around. There you go. Now up and start headbutting. Now remember, you'll be able to feel, all right, this is what I want you to do. You tell me, don't look. I mean, you don't have to close your eyes because you're pretty intelligent, and I know you're not going to cheat. Turn this way, all right? I want you to tell me, right when I have my elbow against here, or I have something else. Doesn't matter. I just want you to tell me whether it's elbow or elbow area or something else.
Okay.
Okay? That feels it.
Well, the last one was a little more pointed, but I couldn't tell it was an elbow.
Okay. Now this is what I want you to do. Now you're gonna reach down.
Yeah.
So you're gonna bend down a little bit. So no, you gotta stay up, but reach down. Okay.
Yeah.
But with this hand, so get back over here.
Yeah.
Relax. Turn. So I'm gonna put my hand right here. Reach down and grab my arm.
There.
With the other hand. It's easy with the other hand, right? And now tell me without looking.
Yeah.
Tell me when you think you can armbar me. Tell me. Without looking, I don't want you to look.
Yeah.
Put me in a position to where you know how to do an armbar, right?
No.
The back of my elbow has to be against this.
Right.
Without looking, put the back of my elbow against there. Does that feel right? Start pulling. Pulling towards you. No, this way, that way. So keep it grabbed like that, pull towards you, okay? And now straighten out your leg. So keep going. This way and that way. Keep going. Good. Now, watch what I'm talking about. Put your arm in that same position. Right? So you put your arm, right? I go like this, boom. I grab your arm, I bring it to here, and I do this. You feel it? That's exactly what you want to do. It's all by feel. I don't have to look. So no matter where I'm at, I can go like that to you. Let's say we're wrestling, right? And I can yank, or I can do it, right? And I have you to come down, boom. And even, boom, I get right to here. Boom, he's locked. As soon as I'm above that elbow and I go, see what I was telling you? This is what I was saying. My leg is bent. I want to make sure it's bent. Or I can put it here and act like I'm going to take off running. So can you guys see that over this way? It's on this knee, right? And I just go like, if I was going to, get it out of there. Take it out. Like I'm going to run. Like I'm going to run. Look how far back I can go. Feel, right? Back up. We're here, I yank. Boom, right? I get it to here, right? And the second I go like this, I mean, that thing's done. And I'm going to go like this too. Or I put it right here. Okay? Because all that matters is that this is locked, right? Just like a door, that's locked. Lock your knees. Right? Everyone knows how to lock their knees, right? So all I got to do is go in one direction below it, in the opposite direction above it. So it doesn't matter which you use. I just got to go in the opposite direction. So if I go here, which way do I got to go with that one? This way, right? And it's locked. So if I do this, he's locked, right? If I do this, he's locked. If I do this, he's locked. All I have to do is be above it and below it. Go in opposite directions. Above it, and it doesn't matter. Oh, is that above or is this above? Oh, shit, whatever you want. This is going up, that's going down. On one side of it, on the other side of it. So I go like this, up and down. That won't feel good. On opposite sides, I'm going to go left, this is my left, and right. Boom, same thing happens. Turn this way. I'm going to go up and down, right? Down and up. It's locked, right? Stand up, it's locked. Stand up, it's locked. So I go up and down at the same time. So I go snap, snap, snap. Doesn't matter. This one's going up, this one's coming down. From whatever side. Up this way, down here, this way. See, let me get my leg out. I'm on this side, so I'm doing this. This one's doing this, this one's doing that. This one's doing this, this one's doing that. But when I do this and that at the same time, get your arm out of there and I go like this, you hear snap. And it sucks. Here's what you need to worry about. Have you ever seen broken bones? Has every broken leg break exactly the same way? No. Bones go in different directions. They break in different spots. What people don't tell you, because they're great. Remember, there's two bones here, right? And I go like this. So here's his elbow. Can I lift this up? Right? And I go like this. Now, this part of my leg, a lot of veins. Not very far from my femoral. That runs right through here, right? And I go snap. And one of these bones baps into my leg. Somewhere on.
That'd be bad for you.
Yeah.
You'll bleed out.
You see people, the old school one. Right? And let's say the bone, and it goes here. What happens? They don't tell you this. And do you know how much pressure it takes to break a bone? A hell of a lot less than I can curl, a hell of a lot less than I can bench, a hell of a lot less than I can pull, a hell of a lot less than I can military press. So I can break any bone on your body with my body. And if I'm using my entire body, do you think there's a chance that I go like this and there's going to be broken bones? Probably 100%. Is there any guarantee even like this, boom, and it just, boom, nails me in the eye, through my cheek. Yeah, I may not be dead, but sharp bones do a lot of damage. Look what they just did. His own bone snapped and went through his skin. Do you think it's not going to go through mine? What am I, Superman? What am I, got Kevlar face? Right? And that's the shit that people don't tell me. When you start snapping arms, right? You've seen an arm bar, right? So I have you like this. You know what an arm bar looks like, right? Yeah. Get on the ground, just so that people, right? So I'm here, boom. And I got you in here, and I got you arm barred, and I go snap. What happens if that bone breaks and goes into my inguinal or pops one of my testicles? right? Because if I just get overzealous and I raise, look how tight, you feel how tight that is? I can raise my hips that high. There's a good chance something snaps. And then again, where's my femoral? Right here, bro. And people are just putting arms between legs and like, oh, look at those guys. They're, in the UFC, and it's never happened. I says, yeah, because in the UFC, they do this till you tap. Do you think that's what happens in the street? No, when you got a guy pissed off at you, he's going to try to break that damn arm. He's mad. He's done, whatever, kung fu bamboo for the last 40 years. And he's got you in that boom. And next thing you know, you start feeling woozy. And your heart is pumping. And within 8 seconds, man, you're going to hit the ground. You cut your femoral and your heart is pumping, 8 seconds, you will start feeling woozy. Within 15, you couldn't fight an 8-year-old. Think about 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10, all the way up to 15, and blood pumping out of a main artery. Yeah, you get woozy real fast. This is not like how long it takes margaritas to hit your system. This is like, 600-watt tequila injected into your freaking medulla oblongata. That's how quick you start going, enjoy your armbar, jackwagon. It's just people won't tell you the damn truth. Why? Because 90% of them have never gotten off the foamy shit. That's this right here. It's like that little sea foam when you're on your yacht, just checking it out. That's not how this shit works, man.
It's better to have practice than to be in a situation where
you're going to practice, you're going to fight the way you practice. That's what you have to practice with vicious malice, with intent, and understand what it is you're going to do. And that's why you sit there knowing, right? 90% of people I know have some type of concealed carry permit. Well, maybe not 90, 80%. Either concealed carry or they're police officers that don't need to have half the shit we need to have. Okay, let me digress. 90% of people I know carry. Some are concealed, some of it because they're cops, some of it because they just carry. So let's get it right. 90% of them carry. How, why, when, or where, it doesn't matter, right? 75% of those are people that have it in their head. They understand what that is. There's a 10 or 15 that, man, you ain't gonna come. You come to me, man, I'm gonna smoke you. I'm like, all right. I'm not gonna lie, I got some of those. But the majority of them know this is not a movie. There's no coming back. They understand the permanency, if that's the right word, or the high level, the life and death. It's immortal. It's just bop, bop, you could kill somebody, right? They understand it. They don't play with that, right? So you don't have to really worry about that. When you're doing this stuff, right, it's the same thing, same exact thing. You got to understand that this stuff, done right, bones should be snapping. People should be screaming. People should end up disfigured. People should end up blind. Because that's what it's meant to do, to keep someone from killing you. You're alive, they're alive. Okay, they're blind, but they were trying to take your life. And in Florida, you try to take mine, I have the right to defend mine with trying to take yours. That's tit for tat. You try to take mine, I'm allowed to try to take yours. That's not the way I work. I just keep you from taking mine. If you leave there with like a bruise, I'm happy. And people are like, there's no way, the guy's trying to take your life and he's going to leave with a bruise. Yeah, if I poke you in the eye, you might have a little scrape on the way in, but it's this stuff, and you're done and I'm out, right? I don't have to kill you. I don't even have to blind you. But if I have to, if it gets down to it, boom, blind the guy, nail him in the groin to where, he's never going to have kids. His sperm count will be like half, 0.7. See what I'm saying? But you have to understand that sidearm that you're carrying, that's lethal force. You could kill somebody, cripple them for life. But you can't stop deadly force without applying some type of force. It just is what it is. Like they say, what beats a bad guy with a gun? A good guy with a gun. Cops and robbers, man, we've been playing it our whole lives. And then people don't listen, but it's true. How come they don't blast that all over the news every time there's a guy that saves, like that one guy, that shootout started out, I think he got to like 3 people. So it's still 3 too many. And that guy came out, man, bop, bop, bop. You don't know. Could have been 50. Oh, we'll never know, thank God. But they don't bring that up, that it could have been, you look at that place, he could have killed 10, 12, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. But a good guy with a gun stopped that shit quick. If there was a shit ton of good, that's why I like that law they passed here. People would be like, oh shit, everybody's allowed to carry. It's like, you're going to have second thoughts about you running your mouth. Because this country's become great at that, man. You got all these keyboard warriors, all these Facebook yappy yaps, even with the guns. Yeah, I this and I that, and they're showing this and that. Yeah, but are you going to get to that gun? I don't care how quick. If you're doing this to get to it, or you're pulling it as you're doing that, you go here, the second, bang, I got my shot out. So you'll get to here, and then you'll have no eye, because that's just the way it works. You're not going to go like this, because by the time you do that, I got your eye, and I'm coming towards you. But they don't tell you this shit. If you don't have really good attributes, it doesn't matter that you have a gun. You better have good attributes, because if that guy across from you has good attributes and knows what he's doing, he's not going to let you pull that gun out. He's just not. He's going to be at the right distance to where the second you touch, you're gone. Because this action is very easy to prove. You're doing this, you're lifting. You go here to lift your shirt just to go like this, or lift as which is going to bind it up. You got to do this. Most guys, it's that same, as soon as they pull, they're on there. Boom, and they'll get it out quick, man. They're quick. But just that quick, boom, that's that quick too. And now you're blinded, and now you're not going to turn this way. It's going to make your shot be off, because most guys aren't going to go here to where you need to be. Look where I was. If you're here, you need to bring that gun. Oh, it's not going to feel comfortable. You're going to go like this and shoot and miss 9 out of 10.
You said go like this kind of.
Yeah. Boom. 9 out of 10 you're going to miss, bro. Because if you go way out here, it's very hard, because this is going to feel so uncomfortable. And look, it's straight at you, isn't it? I feel like I'm doing this. So you're going to probably shoot somewhere around here. Maybe here. Look, you're going to miss, bro. That's where the people don't tell you. Again, they're fucking keyboard warriors. They take 2 or 3 seminars. They got no damn lineage. You can go back and say, who'd you train with? Oh, this guy, that guy, this guy. Who you certified on? Who have you trained for 27 years? Who have you trained with for 30-something years? Who have you trained with for 40-something years? What's their pedigree? They ain't got shit. Oh, yeah, I went to 12 seminars. They got pictures with Eddie, Tom, Dick, and Harry, but don't know shit. They got some Shorinji Benji Ryu, bullshit certification. I mean, do what you want, man, but it's trash. You don't have certification from like somebody signed by the Di Pasquales or the Gracies and high level, 4th, 5th, 6th, and up. I don't want to hear about a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. That don't mean shit. And nowadays, it better be minimum a 5th. Minimum. You know what I'm saying? And it better be signed 20 years ago. If the shit's signed now, it doesn't mean shit either. Really doesn't, because they hand out rank like it's free. But anyway, forgetting about rank. When you're doing this stuff, okay, you got to understand, as soon as you have the ability, if he's not letting go of that knife, and you can get that blade in his own hand to go here, 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 or here, you take that chance as soon as you can. You take that chance as soon as you can, and it's a matter of waiting, bro. Doesn't take long if you go like this to somebody. I watched the guy full bore, just went up to the guy, and the dude just came out and went, boom. And he took a couple of steps back, and he was still like this, literally for about 3 seconds. And then by like second 5 and second 8, boom, total drop. Didn't make it to 10 seconds, total drop. He bled out within 25, bled out. Boom, shot straight to the neck. And the guy's doing this, and that guy's coming this way. That, let me point over here, that is an asshole. Hold that knife. And I have no knife, and you're there. You're not coming towards me. And I do this. I deserve to get cut. Yeah, see, the look on his face is like, you stupid. I don't care if that was 5'1" Auntie Annie, the one that makes the pretzels in the mall, and she's pissed at me, but she's there. You got it, Auntie. Here's $50. Go make some more pretzels. And I'm walking that way. He's like, yeah. He's going like this. To the guy with the knife. Hey, have a stick or something, a chair, like a lion tamer or something. Nothing, man. Went at him. See, you can't fix stupid. That's just stupid. Number one, the only thing I'm doing is if you're coming this way, and then as soon as, and I got to time it, boom, and he does boom, and then I can come in, but this has got to happen. And he's like this, man, he got cut right across. I mean, didn't even cover it in the slightest. And even as it's coming and he moved back, there was nothing like that. He should have been able to at least been boom, and then, oh shit, and backed up. No, man, took it right across the throat, and you see him drop. That dude was dead before they even dialed 9 of the 1-1. Just dumb, man. You don't go that way. You try, and like I said, a lot of times it's totally avoidable. This guy's on a train platform, bro. He could have got on the damn train. He could have gotten to the newsstand and bought a paper. I mean, you're looking at all the room around him. He could have turned, and because you could tell the guy wasn't coming this way. But the second he kept going like this, he just went boop, because this guy kept going that way. I got to find it. They sent it to me and show you guys. But anyway, big mistakes. Now, let's get to the other one before we leave, and I'm just going to be able to explain it. So now you're getting, this is now a knife. The guy's over your bed. The other question was, what do you do if someone has a gun to your head and you have a baby with you? If you're a woman, okay, you've got to decide this, okay? Is there a chance if you do what he says, everything's going to turn out okay? 9, stand over here, so it's, at least I'm talking this way. Thanks, guys. 9 out of 10 is not the case. You know, they're going to end up, you know, killing the child. Some of these people steal the children, sell them into slavery, doing the same with you, or maybe use you for a little bit and then kill you. So this is 100% moral and up to the person, you know, how hard you want to fight, because the chances that you're going to get shot are probably high, unless you've done this 20, 30 years. Not that. 10 or 15. So, let me get my gun. I think I have one here. It's loaded, but don't worry, guys. Negative. I'm kidding. Actually, it was a bad joke. Never played with loaded guns. Make sure you always do the safety checks. Nothing in the chamber. I don't even mess with them anymore for that same reason. Too much work. Not enough benefit. All right. Yeah, my gun's not here. I don't even know where it is. But make believe this is the gun. Right? So you got the gun. I think the question was to the head. So that's the good thing. That this is a good place to have the gun, too. Because this is what's going to happen. You know, I don't know if you ever saw, I think it was in, wasn't in The Walking Dead. It was one of these stupid movies, and there's 4 guys, but there's only 3 bullets. So the guy kills like his wife, the mother, and then the kid.
At the very end.
Yeah, and then the army, and he starts screaming because literally the fox. You know the movie I'm talking about, right? It sucked, right? So you're here. You got one baby in your hand. So it's gonna make this. Oh my God, please, and just oh, please, calm down. You're right, and you got. So this makes sense, okay? So you have the baby here, and you're shushing the kid. The second you, again, this is psychology. This hand has got to go from wherever it is way up here, okay? Way up here. And you got to be good. This kid is going to go from wherever you were holding him. You know how women hold them like this? You're here. The gun, the question was to your head. Could be this way, but they didn't specify. So we're going to say to you, get in the effing car or blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, my God, please. Oh, shh. Oh, my baby. Shh. Don't say, don't hurt me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm a parent. I'm a mother. They don't give a shit. They see there's a baby in your hand. None of that shit matters. I'll give you whatever you want. Shut the hell up. I don't know what they're going to say. Boom. The hand is up here because you're shushing the baby, okay? You got to go which direction you think you're going to go in. You got it. You're going to go this way with the baby towards him. Unfortunately, there's no safer way to go. You can't bring the baby away. You're going to take it in the temple. You can't bring, right? It's not going to work. So you unfortunately have to take the baby towards him. But the baby's going to go towards him and then away from him. The baby's going to go towards him and then away from him. Okay? And you're going to drop the baby back down to your hip. Unless this kid shouldn't be getting carried when he's a baby, you should be okay. Oh my God, oh jeez, oh baby, oh, shh, it's going to be all right. When you feel that I'm going to move and do something stupid, you say bang, okay? Oh my God, please. Okay? And you're going to eat that headbutt, okay? You calm him down, and this is the motion in slow motion, okay? Shushing the baby. You've got to be, in a split second, you're going to be here before this is here, okay? And you're going to go, if I go like this, bang, and that gun goes off and it's flying around and a shot may go off, yup, I'm not going to bullshit you. This isn't cowboy land. But when you're, again, say bang when you think I'm going to do something stupid. Say bang when you, okay?
Bang.
All right, we're going to have to be a little quicker than that.
Bang. 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 Bang.
Okay? And you can still say bang. Oh, bang. Jesus. I said when you feel I'm going to do something stupid. Now you're going to have to F a corpse. It's like, Jesus, I wanted the... Yeah, right? So, whenever you feel I'm going to do something stupid, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, baby. Baby, calm down.
Bang.
Right? So that's what you're doing. You're going to turn, slow motion. You're going this way. Do not, there's no space. You're not going here. Never go away. That's just giving him more room. Okay? You're shushing the baby. Oh God. Boom. You made yourself smaller. This here, shushing. In motion. Oh my God. Just whoosh. And then from the down, you're going to move. And you're going to go shush the baby. Boom. Back here. Again, shush the baby. Boom. Shush the baby. Boom. See how I'm leaning? And then you walk. Do not, takes too long to step and do it. So you have to make the quick, just like when you slip, right? There's no stepping. In boxing, they tell you, stepping takes too long. If you tried to do this, you're not going to slip. Boom. That's how you slip, right? Boom. Barely doing this. No difference. You're here, shush the baby. You're leaning in, then stepping in. Because it takes too long to try to do this. You're moving too much stuff. So it's basically a lead and a step. Slow motion. You hear? It's gonna be okay. Boom. Okay? And you don't have two hands, so you got to use your body. This hand's off limits because you got to hold that baby. So that's why it's super important. And you got to take this bad boy and, like I was saying, this is going to go down and this is going to go up. Bang! And you got to try to snap that hand. Okay? Because you have no, because the only other choice is once you hear boom, headbutt, nail the nuts, nail this. Okay? You got to make sure it's aimed that way. It can't come across you, right? And then it's got to stay between you. You can't do anything to where this gun is going to go across you. Most criminals aren't trigger safe. They're not going to be like this. They're going to have the finger in the trigger. Police, you'll see, they come when they're doing their stuff, right? Whether they're here, that's where they're at. And then they'll engage. Bad guys right here always, right? So I can't take that chance. So the head is here, shush the baby, turning in, bang, smash, okay? Either this one or this one, doesn't matter, bang, okay? Into the body, then you spin it around, okay? And then again, smashing, right? Don't try to do that and then take off running because you're going to get shot in the back. Like I said, there's no 100%. I've done this dozens of years and I would still be kind of like, oh, do I want to do it, right? But you're here. Hands are up, boom, shushing the baby, bang, okay? Then the step can come in to get closer, boom, right? Now you got to get this thing twisted up so it's hard for him. You don't want to sit here in a good position of both of you here being able to fight. So that's why it's up here. You got to get this hand twisted. Okay? Not a good spot to be. And then your entire body's coming down. Bang! And smashing headbutts. Bang! And then maybe hit this so that this thing pops up. But you're here, man, and you got to hold on to that baby and hope and pray. You're screaming, help, somebody grab my baby. Somebody grab my, boom, give your baby, and hopefully that wasn't a kidnapper that's with him, okay? And then you just grab this puppy, boom, and then this is where you're going to wrench. Bang! You take him to hell with you. You're going to go, you know? That's what you're looking at. Because once this person is at least bang here, and they just saw that, and you're here, and you're going to hand your baby off, somebody's going to take that baby, okay, right? And then you're here. You got that gun here, boom. You're in a good place, bang. Now you can peel that gun back, right? Remember, this is what the gun's gonna look like. Turn it, because it's gonna turn towards him, boom. Then you gotta make sure nothing got loose, clack, clack. Remember, that's not your gun. The thing might be out of bullets, have no bullets. Don't bank on blah, blah, like they tell you to do when you shoot the guy. It might have shitty ammunition. The main thing is getting the gun away from you. There's no safer way, man. You find me a way, show it to me. You got to go here, boom, shush, bang. Shush the baby, boom. It can't be bap, bap. You see any of that? There's one motion, shushing, and you're going clearing. You're out of the way. This is out of the way. Headbutts in the face. Maybe another headbutt. Slam into the nuts. This has got to get twisted, and you're using your body, bringing it tight to you, getting that thing turned out. Maybe you can step and clear it with your body. I don't want this thing against me. You know what I mean? You got to take control. Maybe step on that foot and keep slamming. Bang, bang, slamming headbutts into this guy's face. You got the baby here. You're kind of fucked. You know what I mean? You're very limited in what you can do. But clearing the gun, meaning this has got to be out of the way, meaning as you're doing that, and then that's got to happen. Boom. That's going to get you. That's going to get this guy thinking. And stay full control here. Bang, another headbutt. Boom, spin around here. Bang, another headbutt. And you just keep nailing him with headbutts, right? And he's got to bring that other hand across, but you're just going to keep slamming headbutts into the son-bee. Keep him, there you go. You got to keep him off balance. It's about the only way, man. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for being with me. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We shall see you next time around, which will be Thursday. Might be Wednesday, but be on the lookout. Quinn, good to see you, buddy. Ramon, nice finish.